Hey guys, Nina here, welcoming you to another reading from the Ladies of Horror Picture Prompt Monthly Challenge, hosted by Elaine Pascale on her channel, The Godmother of Horror. If you'd like to read along or read previously published pieces, please visit spreadingthewritersword.com or ladiesofhorror.com. In the meanwhile, enjoy the reading.
From Beneath by Loren Rhoads. The sky had gone as pale as an ice cube. The knifing wind brought tears to her eyes. Alondra understood now why the outfitter had suggested she buy snow goggles. She wished she'd listened to him. Too late now. She leaned heavily on her walking stick. She wanted to make it across the iced-over lake to the bared teeth of rock she could see in the distance. It wasn't a welcoming place to camp, but if she could get her back against the rock, maybe she could get out of the wind. She prodded the edge of the ice with her stick. Plenty solid. The surface must have frozen on a day as windy as this, so that it was roughened with tiny ridges. It made good footing under her boots, less chance that her feet would skate out of under her and she'd strike her head. At last, something was going right with this adventure. Alondra hunched into her parka and moved toward the rocks methodically. Tap with her walking stick, make sure the ice was solid, move forward to join the stick. Tap, step, tap, step. She kept her attention on the ice, with only brief glances up at the rocks to make certain she hadn't drifted off course. After a while, it seemed she could hear distant voices. They weren't shouting, didn't appear upset. It sounded almost like singing, like the long, hollow whistle of breath across a bottle top. Maybe there were 7 different tones, 8. The voices weren't threatening or angry or mean. They sounded melancholy. The voices sang now in harmony, now clashing in discord, resolving again into parallel tones. Was it the wind singing between the rock spires? That would make sleeping tricky tonight, Alondra thought. It didn't seem to make any difference how far she moved across the frozen lake. The voices did not increase in volume or grow closer, even as she neared the rocks. She sensed that whatever they weren't aware of Alondra. Not yet, anyway. They were singing for their own pleasure, not to warn her away. She'd almost reached the rocks, only a couple 100 feet or so to go when movement caught her eye. Something dark flashed past her, beneath the ice, moving fast. Alondra halted as suddenly as felt safe. The ice was clearly not as thick as she believed. Her heart knocked in her chest. What could it have been? A seal, maybe? Or narwhal? Maybe a walrus? In her memory it seemed long and narrow, more human than she would have expected. Whatever it was going to have to come up to breathe somewhere. Did that mean that the ice had holes in it nearby? She forced herself to draw a deep breath, then reached forward with her walking stick. Rather than tap the ice as she had been, she placed the stick, made sure it was steady, and glided forward to meet it. She didn't want to make as much noise as she had been. This was no time to draw attention to herself in the mirror world above the ice. There was nothing in this wintry habit that didn't eat meat.